Teton Valley is Old West meets New West. It's an escape, a vacation from somewhere else, and it's home. Surrounding foothills move from rolling to rugged. A lazy river winds its way through patchwork fields and open pasture, the lifeblood of our valley. The Tetons are a place that stitch small gestures into community. I'm Camrin Dengel. We're in Teton Valley. I grew up in Valdez, Alaska. I went to college in Northern California and I studied natural resources conservation. Basically, fell in love with photography in college. Had the idea to be some kind of environmental photojournalist, but I didn't really know how to get started with that. I have always been into being in the outdoors and exploring and have been a fan of Patagonia. So I flipped through the Patagonia catalog and emailed all the photographers that had bylines and photos. And one of them lived in Teton Valley. And I decided to come out here right after college, never left. I started out shooting a lot of outdoor adventure type stuff, and then along the way fell in love with organic farming and slow food scene in the valley, and that became more of my focus and my passion. I love photographing people and the culture and the way that we interact with the land. We're down at the Teton River doing a little fly fishing. We're with my boyfriend who has been my model for almost 15 years. He's a good sport. The Teton River is really everyone's river. It's for the fishermen, it's for the farmers. People get out and boat they paddleboard. Teton Valley is country meets countryside. It's this mix of kind of an old-timey Western space mixed with a recreational group of people that all have the same goal to enjoy an open space and breathe fresh air. I do my best work by responding to my reaction to what I see. So coming out here and seeing all the water spilling off of the kale and seeing what the light is doing and how it's reflecting on her. It's so pretty. So I like to kind of just see what unfolds and then react, bringing more of a photojournalistic documentary style. Mostly I'm just capturing real people doing real things in real time. I do very minimal post-production. I would much rather be in the field shooting and being with my subjects and talking to them and learning what their approach to whatever their craft is. So I have a secret sauce filter that I put on most of my images, and depending on what client needs, but I know kind of the look that I like. It's kind of filmy, it's kind of understated, and I roll with that. I just keep it really simple. I don't want to manipulate my images that much. I don't want to spend a lot of time in post-production. I want to capture things as authentically as I can, and that starts in camera for me and capturing that light, looking for that right light that I'm going to be able to just export right from Lightroom. The gear is important, but I feel like the vision is more important. And if you have a solid kit that's going to get you there, you're the one that's gonna make the magic. I shoot Nikon D810 currently. One of my favorite lenses is the 35 Sigma art lens. I love a prime lens. There's something that is really special about the images that those lenses create. I'm definitely a minimalist, so I like having pared back gear. I like having a light system. I like being really comfortable with the gear that I have. So I've been shooting a DSLR the D810 has been in my kit for a number of years now, and it feels really good in my hands, and I know what it does, and I know what kind of colors it's gonna create, and it's a really dependable rig. I pack that bag intentionally, and I keep it pretty tight, and that allows me to jump fences and sit on the floor and drag it around. It's not too cumbersome, and I just kind of focus on what I've got, make that work. I've had a dog at a ranch pee on it, and no big deal. In my opinion, the crowning jewel of Teton Valley is the local food system that we have and all of the organic regenerative farms and ranches. When I moved here, I realized that I had a deep passion for that. Organic farming is essentially the OG of farming. There's no synthetic chemicals used. There are no synthetic herbicides or pesticides or fertilizer inputs being used. It's really focused on soil health. That can mean using cover crops. That can mean rotational grazing, focusing on biodiversity. Originally, when people settled here, they were attracted to this fertile place that they could grow food. And the land has remained fertile. The folks that are really taking care of it and even trying to heal it in places where it wasn't as well taken care of. Love for Teton Valley as well as the world to work more in harmony with the planet. I connected with all of the small farms and ranches around here through Teton Valley magazine. And what I love about that type of work is I get to just go poke my head in and see what people have going on in these different corners of the valley. And I got to meet a lot of people. I made a lot of connections early on, and I maintain those connections. So I go back and work with these farmers on a number of things. Sometimes it's just a portfolio shoot, or sometimes it's a commercial shoot for a company like Patagonia. So I photograph people working with their hands, but you can tell that they're working with their hearts as well. It's a slower pace, it's slow living, it's slow food. I feel like it's a form of activism, like I'm part of something bigger. I just like coming to these beautiful places and working with people that are really passionate about what they do and are cultivating such beauty. I would say that people who live here want to live here. They're choosing to live here. Whether their job is physically demanding or mentally challenging, they're enjoying what they're doing. They're actively choosing to be a part of this way of life.
People want farmland because they want view corridors. They don't care about the integrity of what they eat. They don't care about the way that the animals are treated, or the land, or the farm workers, because we live in a world of relentless greenwashing. I want to know, I want to see the process, because the process is the integrity.
My goal would be with this work to showcase the beauty and the hands-on approach that small farms like this have, and to see this become the new norm in agriculture, in the way that we interact with the planet, in the way that we tell stories, in the way that we want to live. Organic, regenerative agriculture, it's not removing you from the modern world. It's actually the next step in the modern world. I like editing down too, and that the world needs an edit. And as a minimalist, it's the only way forward for me. And it's really important that everyone get on board, because I think that we all have the same goal, which is something to do with beauty and nourishment and community and ultimately happiness. Just like how we edit our photos and we pull the best ones, and that's what we want to share. The world is due for an edit now with our approach to agriculture, with our approach to being connected to the land or lack thereof. Our voices are woven together by a shared love for this place. Cowboys and skiers, farmers and fishing guides, mechanics and artists. Together we build something between old times and new, heritage and hope.